There are 4 different ways to find a purchase price in OMax. The first is a quick quote. So let's enter, we have 400,000, let's make that 350. And everything changes based on the $350,000 sales price and the LTV. The maximum LTV button is on, so we have a 5-year arm selected. The maximum currently LTV for Fannie Mae 5-year arm is 90%. If we selected a loan prospector, that would change to 95. If we select an FHA, and of course we have the 96%. The sales price is fixed based on the number that we entered. In the other 3 modes, the purchase price depends on either income, cash, or the desired mortgage payment. So let's first go to income. And you notice a couple things happened here. One is that the number of loan choices diminished, and that's because we went from a conforming loan amount to a high balance, and so we have less variety of loans to choose from. It calculates it based on the income ratios is the numbers that have come up. In this case, it was the front-end ratio, 45%, that came up first, so that was a limiting factor. If we change to a conventional loan, or back to a conforming loan amount, and we have more options. The limiting factor on the income calculation is simply the ratios for the particular program. As you can see, the ratios change depending on the program selected. Well, we've come up with a loan that the buyer qualifies for as far as income ratios. Unfortunately, we have the cost to close are close to $20,000 more than the borrower has. So we need to find a way to get the money down. Here we've been using a special lender program which requires 2 months reserves. So let's drop down to a Fannie Mae fixed 30, a little better pricing and no reserves. And we're down to $43,000. Let's drop the rate, say, to 4%, and we are closer. Let's use the cash calculator. The cash calculator bases the sales price on available cash and whatever program has been selected. In this case, we're going to be able to limit our loan amount to the 417. That's strictly a pricing issue. Anything up to and including 417 gets us better pricing, so that's our first choice. Fall there, and that looks good. The ratios and the pricing is in a good spot. The issue is we're not quite as high as the borrower was looking for so far as a purchase price. So let's try an FHA. We automatically went into the jumbo category, so let's hit that limit it by conforming loan amount. So everything has come into line. We have our ratios are in line, our cash to close is good. Everything is good except the payment's higher than the borrower wants. The total housing expense is $3,057, and the borrower doesn't want any more than $2,800 a month. I wish she told us in the first place. That would have saved a lot of work. So here's the $2,800, and we've limited our purchase price by the housing expense. You could also use principal and interest. So if, for example, you wanted an $1,800 principal and interest payment maximum, then we could just put in $1,800. That limits our sales price based on $1,800 P&I payment. Using these various calculators give you a tremendous amount of flexibility. You can come up with answers very quickly.